Hello, Dr. Lenz here, and this example we're going to take a look at source use and grammar and why is it important. All right, first we have two sources being used, Talarico and Bay. So that means I should be able to get down to the works cited entries and find Talarico and Bay, the last names of sources being used, because that would be the first item of the works cited entry. And that is exactly what I find. I find Michael Bay, the director of the film, and Brian Tallarico, the author of a review. So let's take a look at what's going on with these source uses. All right, first, this first source use looks like it's pretty good. We have a setup, we have a correct citation, we have a direct quote being used. So we have Michael Bay, director of the film, is notorious for these types of films. It is obvious that he would love to direct a Fast and the Furious movie, which most would say is a bad idea. Okay, there is one slight issue. This is a comma splice, which is pulling together two complete sentences, and a comma splice is a grammatical error that is pretty common, so it at least is showing a relationship between two different ideas being connected. So it just needs little something else, like a coordinated conjunction, and, for, but, so, yet, nor, fanboys, one of those. Or it can be swapped out into a semicolon, or it could be split into two sentences completely by just replacing it with a period. But the sort of run-on few sentences, that's going to become an issue in the next one. So let's take a look at this. We have they build a relationship which strengthens them as a team. In a way, they break the rules as they get to know each other, because as soon as they went off the grid, they were supposed to lose all sense of what having a family is like. You're breaking your own rules. I thought you didn't have any. All right, so we have an attempt at setting up this quote here, which is a direct line of dialogue from the film. That's part of the requirements, so that's good. We need that. But we also have quite a run-on sentence being all jumbled together here. So we have, they build a relationship which strengthens them as a team. That is one sentence. Just one. In a way, they break the rules as they get to know each other, because as soon as they went off the grid, they were supposed to lose all sense of what having a family is like. That is sentence number 2. All right, finally, then we have this direct quote, which is a sentence of its own. So even though there is an attempt at setting up the quote, it's still basically a floating quote, and it's happening basically disguised as a run-on sentence. So this needs to be cleaned up a little bit. And it should be pretty simple. What we can do is replace this comma right here with the period. And then here, just put a period here, and then we need to transition into this quote a little bit. We can say maybe something like, okay, which character is saying this? Or when is this happening in the film? We need some sort of transition into this line of dialogue, because otherwise we're just kind of jumping into this line of dialogue. There's no context, and we can get really sort of confused, lost, etc. So that is why it's important to have good setups for quotes to lead us into things, to transition us into and out of it. Okay, that's all for this example.